it's during the application process. It's it was pretty straightforward, and there are a lot of people with a lot of questions, and some they're a little bit intimidated by it because it does involve a live interview and demo. But really, if you have any kind of teaching experience or any kind of acting or performance experience, or if you've ever worked with kids or just hung out with kids, then it's not too bad. So I'll talk to you a little bit about the tips and tricks that I used to get through the process, get hired, and have some success. So starting off in the process, it's pretty much like a normal job. You fill out the application, and they ask for your background, your motivation, and that's it. And that's the first filter, and they want to know that people are qualified just even to apply. Once you get through that part and you get invited for an interview, they'll give you a list of dates and times for interviews. And they're all pretty early because we're working with a Chinese company. So I was lucky enough that on the whole list, there was one option at 7:30 in the morning, which was the best time for me, because I didn't have to wake up too early. So I chose 7:30 in the morning. All of the others were anywhere between midnight and 4 a.m. So uh, just go with whatever's popular, whatever works for you. Just know though that these are the teaching hours. So if you can't possibly get up and be functional for an interview at that time, then you're going to have trouble working a job where you have to get up super early in order to teach kids. So that's probably another one of their little filters to make sure that they're getting people that are willing and able and comfortable doing the job at these hours. Uh, so once we did the interview, that was where I had a conversation with a woman, and she was very nice and very friendly. And then we did a demo lesson, which consisted of some slides, which I had received previously and I was able to study. And the interviewer acted as the student with a low level of English. So to get through the demo, there are a lot of videos out there on that. I'm not going to get into a ton of the nitty gritty details, but in general, I have three tips. The first one is watch the videos. There are a lot of tutorial videos out there for how to do your DaDa ABC demo lesson. Watch them, follow the things that they say, study the the slides, and so when you get to them in the demo, it's not a surprise and you can be fluid. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Just do your homework. For me, I spent a day, not like a day straight, but in between the time that I set the interview schedule and the time that I did it, I just spent like maybe an hour or two looking at the slides, uh, practicing my presentation, so that there wouldn't be any surprises. It's pretty straightforward. You don't have to be a certified teacher necessarily to teach this stuff. Okay. Um, Set up your classroom. One of the things that they are looking for when you do the demo lesson is that you've at least begun to prepare your teaching area. Now, you'll see in the videos, some people, it looks like they're actually in an elementary school or they're in a kindergarten classroom when you look behind them because they've got bulletin boards with fun cutouts and puppets and all kinds of stuff hanging out. Now, that stuff's nice, but who's going to do that for a job interview when you don't even know if you're going to get the job, right? That's a financial and time commitment that it's unrealistic that people would do that. So Dot ABC, like it would be nice if you did that, but they're not going to require it. And so what you're seeing behind me is basically what I had for the demo. I read somewhere that they like to see maps on the wall. So these were the maps that I've got. They're not your childish kind of toy maps. They're actual maps. But I put them up, and it's kind of a nice thing. It's an interesting behind my head, better than a white wall. I also have just some toys. I like a little stuffed cat, a snake, some Ninja Turtle. I was lucky enough to have this stuff sitting around the house. Um, but whatever you have, it works. I also saw it in one of the demo. videos that I watched that having a bookshelf behind you works. So this bookshelf used to be on the other side of the room. I just moved it over. So just making it look kind of learny, educational, interesting. I've and it really works. And so I did my third day of teaching today, and so far, two students have asked me about something that was sitting behind me that I hadn't even mentioned, and and which is great because that means that they're engaged and they're watching and they're being observant. And so then I can pull it up and say, yes, this is a Ninja Turtle. I had one of my students said, "Teacher, wait," and he ran away. And I was thinking, oh great, I just lost my student. He's gone forever. But he ran back a few seconds later, and he had his Ninja Turtle right here. Teacher Austin, look, I had Ninja Turtle, and he was so excited that I had one too. And I hadn't even thought to mention it. It was just sitting back on the shelf. So that was pretty cool, and it validated some of the stuff that I had seen before when I was doing my research. The final thing, find some props. I was just talking about this. So anything that you have or laying around in the house would probably work. Even if you don't have toys yet, and you could go to Goodwill or somewhere and just get some stuff to put back there. But if you don't want to do that, um, books, anything that just looks interesting. You could even, I have a dish towel. Today, I used my dish towel in a class, uh, which I wasn't even planning on it, but here it is. It was just sitting on my desk, and it came up, and I needed a prop, and I've got some birds and some flowers, and here it is. So you can be creative and whatever you have work for the demo. Once you get hired and once you start teaching classes, then you'll think, oh wow, I really need a tiger doll, and maybe you'll be able to acquire a tiger doll at cheaply at a toy store or something. Or maybe you'll think, oh, here's a good one. I really need a little whiteboard. This thing, I bought this a few months ago at Walmart for about $5, and it has been really, really valuable. Just having a whiteboard and some markers around is awesome. So something like this is a really good investment, and something like headphones with a mic is also a really good investment because if you just use the regular microphone on your laptop, then you're going to get feedback potentially when you're talking with people. And even I have one of these microphones. It- when you're doing the video conferencing like back and forth like that, it's just not as ideal as just having the good old headset with a microphone on it. So you'll want to get one of these. It just your regular like iPod headphones, earbuds with the mic. That'll work for your demo interview. But eventually, you'll probably want something like this. And it's something that you might not realize is this is way more comfortable. If you're sitting there for 3 hours with this on your head, it's way better than the earbuds. So that's just a little extra tip. Um, so that's the interview process. Once you get through the demo, then the next day, basically, they'll send you an offer, and you'll accept or decline the offer, however you choose. They'll send with so about the next day after you accept the offer, then they'll send you a contract to sign the contract, and around that time you'll let them know what your availability for work is, and they'll send you the links to download the teaching software, which is really cool actually, by the way. Once you get to this point in the application process, they have a program. You download it and you just go double click on it on your desktop. You pop up and it shows all of your classes there, with your students, and you can look at your preview of the lesson so you can kind of get prepared. Works really well. The backup is through the web browser, but so you have two options. But now we're getting into the actual working process. They move pretty fast, and for me, I think it was about 7 days from the time that I first applied to the time that I had the contract signed and I was ready to work. So it was really quick, and it probably could have gone even faster. And part of that is because we're on opposite sides of the world, right? So I'm going over the contract. They sent me the contract last night, for example. I go over it today and I send it back, and then they get it. And while I'm asleep, they're getting me entered into the system. And then they go to sleep and I wake up and I log in and do all the training videos. I confirm the training videos and I go to sleep and they log. So it just kind of goes back and forth like that. That's one of the benefits of working with people on the other side of the world. And so that's about it. So we talked about how I got the application process, filling out the stuff is really straightforward, like a normal job. The interview is not scary. They're not trying to trick you. They're just trying to gauge your energy as a teacher. And with the demo lesson, they just want to see that you're able to prepare for something in advance, be creative, and use some things, some of the typical best practices for English teachers online. They want to make sure that you're going to be a good fit for their program and for their students. As long as you are, it's not too bad, and they'll send you the offer and you'll move forward from there. It's a lot of fun, guys. If you're interested, if you're watching this video right now because you're considering applying with DaDa ABC, I recommend looking into it. I recommend going ahead and applying. It's a fun job. The kids are terrific. The hours, once I'm still in my first week, right, as I make this video, but I've got to say, there's something really nice about making some money early in the morning, and then I'm done by 8:30, 9 o'clock. I've done all my reporting. It's really kind of liberating to have the ability to do some work um, early in the morning and then spend the rest of the day dedicated to whatever else I'm working on. And so, like I said, I recommend it. If you are interested, please click on my referral link down here. It's in the description of this video. That'll give me a little bonus for my time of making these videos to help people. And if you click on the referral link and you sign up, you become a teacher, just shoot me a message, shoot me an email, and I'd be happy to talk to you and answer any personal questions you might have about the process, give you any tips as we go along the way. And it'll be really great because there's a really nice, um, supportive community of DaDa English teachers on the internet, and we like to help each other out. So I think you won't regret it if you join us, and it'll be a lot of fun. So if you have any questions or have any requests for future videos, just put them in the comments below, and I'll get to them, and we'll have a good time. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.